Hey there everybody, it's your boy Soljaboy1728. Today I'm here to talk to you about selective breeding and what the church thinks of it. First off, selective breeding is when people take two specific organisms and breed them to have specific desired traits. Some examples of this are when Jacob in the Bible used selective breeding. He separated the spotted sheep from the non-spotted sheep so that all the offspring would be non-spotted. Another example of this is when farmers breed their cows, they only have about 4 or 5 bulls to go along with many cows. The reasoning for this is that the offspring would have a lot of milk and a lot of meat rather than be skinny and have no milk coming out of them at all. Some advantages to selective breeding are that we can have a lot of good traits from a lot of good animals and stop a lot of animals from going extinct. Some disadvantages are if we get the good traits, we may also get the bad traits, and all the animals would be vulnerable to the same diseases. And this is going to take away from evolution that God intended for animals to have, and this kind of takes away from natural selection. My thoughts on selective breeding are it's a good thing to use to a certain extent, so we can selectively breed endangered animals rather than selectively breed everything. So it's good to a certain extent. So I think selective breeding is a good idea, but we shouldn't get too carried away with it. It's a good idea for a few reasons. We could have more food and food production would be better. And some people think it's not a good idea because it's taking away from what God intended for nature to do. I say to those people, that's a bunch of selectively bred nonsense. This is a good idea, but don't get too carried away with it. Goodbye and good night. Rawr.